There are things going on that you would not believe.
Your brain and what it can do is a gift. See how far it can take you.
You're not kids. Not here.
Man, I feel like slapping StreamYard like Tony does with those kids left and right. Welcome everybody back to Horror with Nads. I am your host of the channel, Nadia, and today we are talking The Institute, episode 4, The Box. Please do me a favor while you're here. Please give me that like, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're that 40% that like to lurk. And please do me a favor and share out the stream to anybody who's interested in Stephen King, The Institute, or just, wants to have a good laugh. With all of that out of the way, let me bring on everybody. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. I don't know if you guys were experiencing it, but on my end, StreamYard kept staggering. Like it would play a little bit of my opening, and then I'm sure it looked fine.
It was
on the
fine.
Other end.
Oh, it looked fine to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was my end then. That's why I was like, I'm going to slap the StreamYard around.
Sometimes you freeze, Nadia. Like right now, you froze. You did it again.
Mhm.
Yeah, I see.
Am I?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
you
does
were.
it. It does
You
it a
were.
lot, and it did it when we had our stream the other day.
I wonder if it's because I have tabs open. Hold on. Let me close some tabs up and stuff.
Don't have
Tyson,
52 tabs
welcome.
open.
Hi. Glad to be
How are
here.
you?
I missed out on the other streams. I'm good. I had a lot of traveling. I went to different cons, and so this is the first stream that I've been able to watch. But I have fortunately been able to keep up with all the episodes. I finished episode 4 today.
And what were your initial thoughts of episode 1 through 3 before we get to everybody else?
So I take it you guys weren't super crazy about it. This is what I've been hearing.
I'm the positive one out
right.
of everybody.
Okay, yes. Someone
Not
did-
saying greatest show
she
ever, but
mentioned
I'm on the positive side.
I
of
have
it.
enjoyed it for the most part. I had a few little gripes that I can't remember if they were part of the book. Because
But I haven't read the book either. So.
I listened to the book years ago. I had completely forgotten that I did. But I did. Yeah, but I did. But things like a little screw up in one of the episodes where the night knocker goes into the convenience store, takes off that little thing around his, that lock thing, set it down on the counter to get coffee. Why? Left the store without it around him. Then the next time you see him, he's got it on him. Little stupid inconsistencies.
Continuity.
Yeah, continuity is. Yeah.
When you brought that up, I noticed that too. I didn't realize he didn't have it, or he had it on again when he left. But
He didn't
remember
have it on when he left. Yeah.
But I remember thinking, why did he take that off? But
why? He was just
but
getting coffee.
Toxic said those things are cumbersome, and he wouldn't have thought too much of somebody taking it off to get his coffee.
Well,
and a
I
couple
noticed it
things,
at first, and I thought, is something going to happen because he took this off? Like, I thought that was significant, and then he walked out without it, and I'm like, you forgot your thing. But anyway, that's just that's a minor. It's just something I noticed. But little things like the convenience of that chick lady who runs the place being exactly where she needs to be to overhear these conversations that people are dumb enough to have right outside her window, little stuff like that.
I thought
kids,
that was,
yeah, the kids not being aware enough or smart enough to realize that they could be listened to while they're conflabbing in the cafeteria, and yet they're only listened in on when it's vital to the plot or something, like little stupid things like that. I did enjoy the snark about communists in episode 4, though.
Yeah, I was like, what is this guy? I was like, what?
Wow. He said fascist, but he remembered to include communists. Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know that came from Stephen King, though. So.
Yeah, that was a very weird line to have in media nowadays. I feel it would be the opposite. I feel it would be promoting fascism and communism versus kind of taking a shot at it.
Promoting communism and like people forget there's this other really, really bad thing called communism. They always focus on the other and totally forget about the communism. So I was like, well, that stood out. But as a whole, I have been enjoying it. I don't think the kids are the best actors, most of them.
One of them's a Nepo baby.
Ooh, I looked up Avery.
Luke.
Luke. Luke.
Okay, which one
Luke.
is? I see. I forget their names. Is
The
he
main-
the main
lead.
kid?
The main.
Yeah.
Who is his? Who are his parents?
Didn't we look
Martin
this up?
Freeman
We-
is.
Yeah,
Oh, that's Martin Freeman's kid.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
He's not the worst one of all of them, but I don't think any one of the kids are particularly strong in the acting department. But
So I rewatched when I was not here last week. I rewatched and I heard everyone gripe about Avery. So I looked up Avery, and he
The little-
is the little boy. He
Yes.
is mainly TV and streaming, no like movies, and I think that's maybe why his
Oh.
acting
he's
is
not
so
very
bad.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not.
Well, Corey, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Except I had one of the biggest disappointments in my life not too long ago. I was about 20 minutes off of being able to meet Sin in person at the
Oh,
Denver
I know.
airport, and we missed. I was
At
arriving,
Denver.
and she was departing in different terminals, and we thought we were going to be able to say hi to each other, and it didn't happen. So.
Everything went wrong that day. I
Yep.
got held up at TSA. Half my toiletries were confiscated. Go down to the tram. The tram's not working. I barely made it to my flight. Meanwhile, he arrives, but he was in a whole other terminal. The trams
Yep.
weren't working. There was no way he'd be able to get to where I was.
I was
I'm bummed about that. Are you
one
gonna
of the
be going to
biggest
Denver next
disappointments of
year?
my life right there. But I don't know. We'll have to see where they have it
Okay.
next year. But
I feel like Paul, like because of Thirsty Thursdays, really where brought us all together. We should do like a meetup, like all of us, like figure out one place and just
oh, do it.
all of us.
I'm going to be
go
at Dragon
for-
Con
I've done like about 4 now
Later-
with people I've met
later-
on YouTube.
in August. So in Denver, I'll be in Denver next year.
Oh, never.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
no, I've done like 4 different ones with people on YouTube that I've.
It's
that I've
always
met.
cool. It's
Yep.
always cool.
I
to
do
me.
the big Vegas neurotic one that comes out here. But in this past year, it was even bigger because like my little group there was 20 plus people, and then we had our own thing outside of the FNT thing, and it was a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
I
But it'd be
saw
kinda-
Nerdrotic at San Diego.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Comic-Con. Yeah.
No, I've done 2 in Tennessee and 2 in Iowa. So there you go.
I'm gonna try to go to MegaCon next year. I think
I
that's
would love to go to
Florida.
That's the one,
MegaCon.
that's the one in Orlando, right?
Yes.
March.
I don't know if our
around that
company's
time.
going to go, and that's probably the only way I'd get down there.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But yeah, I know I always laugh because I warn my kids about meeting strangers on the internet and like not
Right.
meeting them, and then I go
Oh,
meet
right?
people on the internet and go meet them.
Now we're like, oh, let's meet up.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, the irony. Oh, the irony.
Even Zach's in the chat right now. I've met him now twice.
Nice.
Him and his wife flew down here to Vegas, and then they were here for the meetup too. So yeah, it's a weird thing, right? You talk to people every day, you stream with them, you see them, and then you meet them in person, and then you're always awkward. Like, well,
Honestly,
Lord Toxic, I'll
um,
be in KC probably in March at Planet Comic Con. Sorry, I just saw his comment.
No.
Sorry, Corey, go ahead.
No.
Oh.
Maybe I'll have to try. I'm not that far away from. I'm a little ways, but not too super far away from
Okay.
Casey. But
I'm pretty sure I'll
she's
be
like, no,
going.
that's cool. I dodged the bullet the first time in Denver, not having to meet
No,
you. So-
stop.
Stop. But I will say it's so much fun, and so far I've had nothing but great experiences with the people that I've met
Same.
up with.
Yeah,
but,
same.
But I,
Yeah.
there are people like you said you've talked to, streamed with, been in chat rooms with for a long time, and but yeah, no, it's been fun. Something I never thought would have happened starting this whole thing, but.
if
But-
Final Girls ever gets big enough, I want to be able to be big enough that I can pay for everybody's flights for all of us to meet and do a show together. Like
Do it
in
somewhere
person,
fun.
like the studio.
Do it
Yeah,
somewhere fun.
That would
Yeah.
be awesome.
that
would
is like
be-
my end goal for it.
There you
Trina,
go. I want to see you at Vegas or something. Or, no, I'm just kidding.
be
I'll
easy
shut
for
up.
me. You're fine,
Yeah.
Corey. You're fine.
Would be.
Trina, how are you?
I'm well, happy to be here. Yeah, looking forward to the episode. I do feel like this episode was a lot better than the previous 3, so I'm not going to be roasting it as bad. So there's some positivity for you, Corey. But yeah,
I'm not
looking
gonna be
forward
the
to
only
this.
one.
What's up, Rachel? How was your vacation? You look well rested.
Hi, I do. Thank you so much. Oh my God, it's so lovely. I'm back from Hell's Front Porch, everyone. It is absolutely fantastic down there in Florida. Oh my God. It was about, I was in Jacksonville area. It was about like 110 degrees,
Oof.
I believe.
Ooh.
We went back to our car one time and it's like a rental car and the inside temperature said 113 degrees. And I was just
Lord.
like,
I mean, it's
okay.
101 right here,
Okay.
right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yes, I first I want to say, Corey, I made a specific note to write down. I appreciate Corey liking the show. And this episode 4 actually got me. So I believe, I honestly, this episode might have turned me just a little bit. I'm coming at it from a different angle, fresh off the book, but I decided I'm going to see if I can come at it from an angle of like, would my brother like this show? Because, you know, he doesn't really get to, he's a nurse practitioner, so he doesn't really get to have like time to read or whatever, but best. It's getting better. It's getting better.
I will tell you for sure. I know I said it the last time and not to talk too much here, but I will say
Oh,
absolutely I'm going to wait till the series is done, but when it's done, I'm getting the audiobook and I'm listening through that after this is done. I know for a
Technically,
fact
you
I'm
would
gonna
have
be doing that.
spoilers, though. If they're going to complete the book in one season,
Are
you
they?
will know.
I think they're going to.
How about
That's what I
how
want
about
to
I do
know.
this?
I've heard talk about like a season 2 hasn't been confirmed, but they're talking about the
They're not.
possibility. So is it going to
They're
finish
rushing
up?
so fast. They're rushing so fast
Okay.
through plot points in the book that I feel like
Okay.
there's no
How
way.
about I do this? I'll ask you not to give me spoilers, but to say after we're done with this, I'll wait until our final episode. And if you say like there's some big things coming up that it would be a season 2, I'll wait to see if there's a season 2 before I'd listen to the audiobook. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
but if you're like, no, that's the first book, I'll go for it. But I'll wait.
There's only one book, right?
There's only one book. Yeah.
There's only
Okay.
one, and I
But
did
whether
look up
they
and
expand
see-
on it, you
right.
know,
I
or-
did look up to see if he was trying to write a sequel, and I did not see that there was anything planned in the
Okay.
works. So, and I did get the note. When I'm talking about stuff, I'm going to try to refrain from, blah blah blah. It wasn't like this in the book, just for Corey's sake, because
Oh, don't worry about
Yeah.
it. You're
Well,
good.
Well,
You're good.
no, we can compare the episode to the book that's happening in the episode. So whatever's happened in
Yeah.
the show up to this point, we can definitely compare to in the book. It's just anything past this point that those of us who have read the book who know what's coming, that's what I would ask for us to refrain from. So just
I'm
I would definitely
completely good with
appreciate hearing this because you're fresh off the book, Rachel. It's been years since I've listened to it, so my
Year-
memory of a lot of the plot points is like pretty much gone.
Mm-hmm,
So I definitely wouldn't mind hearing comparisons.
Well, before we get into it, I do want to say hi to the chat. We have Toxic who decided to do paperwork instead of come hang out with us. So wait on you guys to keep us company. To show his ass, so sad to say.
Toxic, I thought you were sort of on my side for a second, but
Toxic's on
abandoned
nobody's
you.
side.
nobody's side.
Waiting on for keep company for video. What's up, peepers? My husband is in the chat too. Hola.
Hello, husband.
Salty Butterbag. Gentlemen, if you're a girl watching horror films, she's not watching for the plot. She's
Not
forming
true.
a plan.
It's not true.
Emo nerd girl, sup peeps? I don't think I've seen you in the chat. Welcome. The horror cat dad.
Larry,
Hola,
what's
amigos,
up, man?
amigas.
Hey, Larry.
My girl likes crime shows. Should I be worried?
Yes, you should be. Looking for how they got away with it or how they didn't get away with it.
Oh, deleted scenes.
Oh, hey,
Thank you for
deleted.
the $5.
Look at that. Deleted.
Hail to all. Haven't seen the show. Staying away from spoilers, but I want to stop by and say hello and drop a like. Appreciate it very much. I'm sorry, Sin, but we can bring you back. We can bring you back.
Oh, okay. All right. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm sorry.
Sonst schmeiß ich dich ins Feuer!
Du dämliches Weibchen! Du willst mir tun! Ich werd's dir zeigen!
Nein!
You're still
Did you do
here.
What?
Maybe it's just the Spanish one.
9.
It should be telling if it's the German one's okay, Sin. Is there something you'd like to tell the class?
I mean, I do have some German ethnicity somewhere in my bloodline, but okay.
Zach's in. I see Reign of Horror. Hey everyone, hope all is well. And I think I got everybody. If I missed anybody, I apologize. But we need more girls on the panel. Where's Leon? Listen, I streamed with Leon 6 hours yesterday. Okay. Leon thinks Interview with a Vampire is not a horror movie.
Huh?
I need a break from Leon. I need a break from Leon just for a little bit. I love him. I love him
Can't
to
agree
death.
with that.
But he thinks it's not a horror movie, and he tried to argue with me about this. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I looked it up. I said, it says, is it gothic horror? He's like, well, Google's not always right. I'm like, you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, what is
It's
going
probably
on?
listed on the IMDb or.
Well, I was going to say, what does IMDb
or
say?
even
I always-
Letterboxd,
Let's see. Interview.
I got it right here.
Oh, he's looking. Okay.
What does this say on the IMDb? It says horror, right? Or gothic horror, I think.
Or the Wikipedia page.
It's always listed as horror. He's like, it's not that scary. I'm like, to
Or
you?
even Amazon.
To you?
You know?
Some
Well,
movies
Lost
like this
Boys
is
isn't scary to me,
people.
but it's considered a horror.
Right.
Yeah, and some people find it scary. Like some
Yeah.
people do find these movies. Like there are,
Huh.
some of us who have overconsumed horror. There's like levels.
Exactly.
Tags. Dark
is it?
fantasy, psychological horror, horror, supernatural fantasy, supernatural horror.
I love the pronunciation too, because a couple
She
times
is
when I say,
enunciating the
yeah.
hell out of that
because
too. Make sure
sometimes
we
when I say
know.
it, people are like,
It's
what did you
horror.
just say?
Or
No, yeah. Apparently, I run letters together when I say it, and people are like, "What did you just say?" And I'm like, "Horror, horror."
It's
Then
hard.
I like run it together way too much. So.
you know what? I know I'm ready
Leon.
for I know I'm ready for kids because of my patience with Leon yesterday.
No.
Okay, that's a test.
Okay, that was a huge test. The dude even said the Blair Witch Project is overrated.
Well, I do agree with that. I have to say.
Oh, fight.
Adios.
Gonna kick
Get the
me.
fists up.
Ooh,
Fists up.
my
Oh. You lost your
I
place
do
in
agree
the...
with that, but
Yeah,
it is-
you
that
did.
one's definitely horror. He wasn't trying to say that wasn't horror, was he?
No, he just thought it was overrated. Which, you
Overrated?
know what? I mean, but you gotta appreciate for what it did for found footage at the time.
I definitely, yeah, I don't like
It
found
was something
footage, but I
different at the
appreciate
time.
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
made
exactly.
bucket loads of money off of little or nothing.
Yeah.
And
Suspense.
the media around it too.
Yep, the
the
marketing.
was like
Yeah, it was good.
awesome. And this
Well,
is before the
internet really.
Yeah.
So I'm old enough. That was part of my thing. And I remember that, like, it was a true thing when that was coming out where people were like, is that real?
Yeah,
Is it
I
real?
remember that.
Like, is
Yeah.
it really did somebody really find that? And then we had, there was so many news reports about all the theaters were putting up all these trash cans because people were getting sick in the movie. And we're like, oh, is that gory? You know, but it ended up, it was motion sickness, the shaky cam.
Yeah.
People were getting
That's
sick
why
in the
I
theaters.
can't watch found
and-
footage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
I don't like found footage.
There's a
stuff.
difference of found footage on a theater, big screen, or at home. I'll say that
Yeah.
to me anyway.
Mhm.
It's worse
it's
for
such
me
a
on
bigger-
a big screen.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
Yeah, I can't do it small screen, big screen. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
It just makes
I
me
remember
nauseous
watching
when I just-
Blair Witch Project in the theater when it first came out and all the hype around that. And there were a couple scenes. I don't usually get motion sickness, but there was a couple times I shut my eyes for a little bit. I remember that.
Wow.
Because I was
Apologies
just
for
like,
you-
it was too much.
Apologies for yawning, Corey. You're not boring. It's just I streamed for
No,
6
I'm boring.
hours
It's
after
good.
working 8 hours yesterday, and then another 8 hours today. So, like,
You might catch me yawning too.
You don't have to sugarcoat it for me. Just,
no, you're not boring, Corey. You're not
Real job, schmeal job.
boring. Yeah, you're good. Okay,
You're an adult. Soldier through it. Come on, let's go.
The Institute, episode
Yes.
4, The Box. The tension
Yes.
escalates as Luke faces intensified testing to uncover his TP abilities. While new arrival disrupts the facility's control, Luke is subject to the Dream Box, a test designed to confirm his TP powers, but he maintained his ruse of not being telepathic to delay his transfer to the back half. New recruits, including Harry Cross, the Wilcox twins, Greta and Greta, arrives. Gerda and Greta? Okay.
Yeah,
arrives,
Yeah.
causing chaos with Harry's aggression leading to tragic outcome with Luke yearly predicts. So very interesting. As soon as Harry showed up, I was like, is this toxic in the institute? Nah, I'm kidding. I can make fun of him now because he can't say anything back. Let me pull up the episode. So we're gonna just move through it, but I I liked this episode. No spoilers. I actually thought this is the best one out of all 4 of them. I get it, Corey. You like all of them. But this was the most interesting one to me to kind of loop me in. Where did Sin go?
Where'd Sin go?
Sorry, Sin. Sorry.
That was weird. I didn't even notice I was gone because I was just listening to you.
I figured I was the one that's going to get cut first. But,
oh, Jesus, Corey.
Here we go.
Jeebus. Okay. Where can the show be watched? MGM Plus. Yeah, the app sucks and it is weird. But you can watch it MGM Plus through Amazon Prime. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
what I was doing too.
Politically correct, Zax. That's what PC stands for.
Or a personal computer.
That's usually what I go to first. But
yeah. What did we think? Initial thoughts of this episode? Anyone?
I enjoyed it. At once. I enjoyed it, but I have, for the most part, enjoyed all the movies, all the episodes, despite whatever gripes I had.
Are you serious right now, Sid? What?
Team Corey. Come on, let's go.
I gotta sit up for this. All right. Tell me.
Despite the gripes, I've enjoyed the progression of the story. I have liked the episodes okay. Yeah.
I need Kyle, man. Where the
I know you guys didn't like it, so it was a little surprising, and I haven't caught all the streams.
Don't say you guys.
Sorry, Corey.
The majority.
Excluding Corey, many of you.
But no, but there was
crazy
some positive comments peppered in with it too.
Okay.
From other people. So anyway, I'll shut up now.
I don't know where to go from here because I really thought you wouldn't like it.
She wanted you to just tear into that. I could tell. She wanted you to rip
the stuff that I wrote down were like my major complaints, the things that stood out to me, but it was not enough to make me just actively dislike watching it or anything like that.
Yeah.
So what were y'all's main issues with the other episode? Because I have missed those streams.
I will say pacing, editing, acting, set design.
Definitely acting.
The comparison to the story. So like in the book, you get chapter by chapter of different characters. So you get Luke's perspective, you get Tim's perspective, you get sometimes the perspective of the people at the Institute, you go back to Tim and stuff. I think it's very jarring when we have a scene with Luke and then all of a sudden we have a scene with Tim that I forget completely about the Institute. Like I also feel like none of the characters are, I wouldn't say relatable, but like I don't have an emotional connection to them. I could give a shit if any of them go to the back half, to be honest. Like I don't care. There's no
not
care
super
for me
attached to the kids. I like the Night Knocker. He's I like
Tim,
him.
Yeah. I mean, Ben Barnes is not hard to look at, but yeah,
Tell me
I
about
am not.
it. I mean, come on.
Right? But he's like his storyline is way more interesting, I feel, than what's going on at the Institute, because I feel whatever's going on in the Institute is very predictable.
And it's also getting repetitive with the torture the kids are going through, and then there's this, and then they're trying to talk to the janitor lady and convince her, and then we got the lady who runs the place, and she's stabbing herself with a staple thing every once in a while, hurting herself, and making out with the guy in the closet, So
I will say, so we're doing a rewatch of Stranger Things on Friday, and we're in season 4, and the first episode of season 4, this is not a spoiler for anybody because it's been out, but if it is, I'm sorry, it's been out. The opening is Dr. Brenner. It's like 10 years in the past of before 11 escapes. So we're going back, little 11, and he's getting ready, and then he goes and he takes one of the kids to test, and they're having a conversation, and then the alarm goes off, and then you find out like all these kids are KO'd, and you get the storyline. But I feel that the horror of that mixed in with like the kids with abilities and the MK Ultra and all that did it far better than whatever's going on here. And it made me actually very mad at this show, because I'm like, if Stranger Things could do it within 5 minutes, and I get it, okay, maybe budget and stuff but I feel still this is a theater production versus actual TV production. Go ahead, Corey.
You said exactly what I was going to go for. I think Stranger Things has a lot more money behind it, so they're working with what they got.
Yeah, this doesn't feel very horror related to me, even though I could see why it would be seen that way.
The book wasn't really, I didn't feel like the book was very much horror either.
It's just like
There are
it was like a
points in the
prison
books, though.
story. They're being held against their will and
Yeah.
undergoing all this
Well,
stuff.
and some things got a little more gruesome for you, Nadia, this time around. In a couple
Well,
spots. In a couple spots.
And my biggest gripe throughout this entire so far, one of the biggest thing is they don't tell him that they or show that they killed off his parents.
Not yet.
And that is a big
Not yet.
impactful thing in the book that drives Luke.
When
And
is
I
that
feel-
revealed? So that's revealed early on in the book. I don't.
I
remember.
believe it is.
I do
Right,
agree.
so, yeah.
They should
Yeah.
have shown
Yeah.
that this happened. Yeah.
Instead, I
it's
feel
only-
like it's
it's-
very
yeah.
kitty down. Go ahead, Trina.
Yeah, it's that thing in particular. So he, after a little while, in the book, suspects that that's what happens to his parents, and that's kind of like what kind of motivates him in the institute, to want to get out and all this stuff. And then sin. So you asked like what's everybody's gripes. Really, for me, it's how so much has changed from the book. That's really the sticking point for me. And then all the other stuff on top of it, like Nadia said, the pacing, editing, that stuff I don't think has been very good. But on the other hand, I do think that a lot of that is because of budget. So I'm given a little bit of leeway on that. But yeah, the changes they made from the book to the show don't really make sense to me. I don't understand why they made some of the changes they did. And I'm having a hard time watching the show because of it. But like I said, this episode in particular, I did feel was the best so far.
So this is why I'm glad it's been a bit since I listened to the book, because I've forgotten a lot of those details. I don't have that to, like latch onto as a reason why it's bothering me. So that makes me, I like it when there's space between consumption of one form of a story and consumption of an adaptation, because I feel like the experience can be ruined if it's too close together and my memories are really fresh.
Yeah. And I think I joked about that a couple times, and I believe everybody that read it kind of agreed with me, where I said maybe my saving grace was I did not read the book.
Yeah, could be.
Or did not listen
Except
to
I
it
disagreed
before
with
this.
you on that one, because I'm looking at it even just as somebody who read the book, but like you, Sin, don't remember very much of it. Just remember the overall like themes throughout the book, and just from a perspective of criticizing this based off nowadays TV storytelling and stuff, I think it's a very low bar for this show.
But even on top of that, I think if the book was really good and you really enjoyed that, I can see where it's going to be a hard task for a live action TV or movie adaptation of it to meet that standard, because your imagination can do so much more. If the writing's really good, it's really hard for somebody to put that on screen and match what you can do with good writing and your imagination.
I will say there was a particular moment in this, and we'll get to it, where I was like, you know what? Maybe sometimes things just shouldn't be adapted. Maybe they're just better off written so that it allows people's imaginations to fill in those gaps. Because, and we'll get to it. Rachel, did you have something?
And just to go along with that, just like, for me, the episodes like 1 through 3, for me, like I feel like they were watered down from the book, quote unquote. Episode 4 changed me just a little bit in the positive sense. I remember writing down, some of the scenes were the best ones yet, involving emotion and showing like that. I'm not saying the acting was even better, but just like there was something different about episode 4. So, and I don't know if it was just the introduction of these things, but 1 through 3 was watered down for me. And again, I think it's because of the budget, where they're coming from, where they're at. And maybe it shouldn't have been adapted. I agree with like everyone on the panel.
But even with budget, okay, this is a Stephen King property. Why did MGM bid on it if they weren't going to actually put the time and money into it?
Okay, but there's been some TV adaptations that have been worse than this for Stephen King stuff.
100%, but they at least their budget and their quality, even if the story and the way is bad. Like I feel like if you're going to adapt Stephen King nowadays, because his name will sell anything at this point, especially like TVs and movies, why not put the time and money into it? I mean, I compare this to The Outsider, which was one of his previous adaptations that HBO did, and it was phenomenal.
But even if you love this book, maybe not a lot of people were bidding on it. Maybe people didn't think this was going to be something that would hit, you know?
Yeah.
And
That could be important.
I mean, no knock on him or this book, but maybe this is just one of those stories, one of those books that he wrote that
it felt very much a Stranger Things ripoff. It felt
maybe
very much.
Well, but maybe people were like, nah, we're not going to go up against that, you know, kind of a thing. And maybe there wasn't a lot of high bidders on it.
I wonder if this would have been better if it had came out earlier around the first couple seasons of Stranger Things, because we have a similar story with kids with abilities. So you kind of can ride that coattail. Nowadays, I mean, we're all waiting for season 5. They're all adults. It's conclusion of that story. So like the whole idea of a small kid with abilities is gone in a sense with that as they've aged. But yeah, I think this episode hooked me. It took 4 episodes to get me really hooked in it. And I put my phone down. I was able to really pay attention to it. Right?
Phone down?
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
I do put my phone down, but I put it down. But sometimes I'll look at it and it'll be like, is it and this is a long episode. This is 56 minutes. So the opening has Luke and Avery debate. They're arguing over if Shaw, recently sent to the back half, is still alive. To set the emotional stakes for Luke to determine to escape before suffering her fate. Establishes the urgency of the escape plan, reinforcing the mystery of the back half. So true, because Avery was like, hey, stop thinking she's dead because I can read your thoughts. Okay, that's it. All right. New rivals. The Wilcox twins and Harry Cross arrives at the Institute. The twins are a nod to The Shining.
I figured,
Believing the twins enhance psychic abilities. There's always stories of twins like being able to communicate. And then Harry is aggressive and disruptive to it. So, new kids, which I kind of like, a little refreshing take. She does kind of like let Harry be a little bit of an ass before they're allowed to step in.
Yep.
Yeah, she wants to see the reactions of the other.
Yeah, I just want to see how they handle it.
Harry is actually supposed to be George.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
the
the
book.
twins are supposed to be younger.
Yep.
And I don't know if they hit on this at all in the book at all, but is it so far we had one at a time. Was it out of ordinary, or they didn't even hit on it to have multiple kids come in at the same time? Yeah.
Oh, they had multiple come in.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just so far in the show, it's been like, it's just kind of felt like it was like one at a time that they would bring one on and kind of get them acclimated and then go, and then another one would come in. I was just curious about that. But.
Yeah. Like, well, they weren't, like in the book, they weren't all there at the same time. There were some kids already there, and then there was some that also trickled in. So that part with the show, that does line up. I feel like. But yeah, this Harry character, this is how George was introduced in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
So
change
they're
that I don't.
consolidating some characters then. They're like maybe, or just eliminating.
Well, they actually already have a George. And I said last week, I was like, wait a minute. George was introduced differently. His character is different.
Which one is George again? You see how memorable these kids are?
Asian kid.
The Asian kid. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And now, but yeah, so that's a change that's one of those changes where I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to already have George and then just create a character based off George in the book and add him to be disruptive. It's a weird change.
Yeah.
It's really weird for it. Like a lot of their choices in this is very weird. When the book, I feel everybody says the book is better, right? The book is always usually better. Actually, to me, The Outsider's adaptation is better than the book. But
sometimes that happens. Do you think maybe by chance it's because they don't want to show an Asian kid being an asshole? Do you think?
That's a good point. That's
for the optics. I mean, I don't know what the heck that is. I had completely forgotten, that there was that difference. So
I think
I don't see color, Sin, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean,
George in the book
but
isn't
you know
Asian.
how they think in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know how they think. So
Yeah.
George is not Asian in the books?
No.
No.
See?
No.
It's weird. Okay.
I think they did that because of the way that it ended up with Avery seeing what happened with the girls, that they needed that plot point for it to be Avery instead of George. Like they've made so many changes that they had to make changes for other reasons that doesn't make any sense. And it just, they just made like alphabet soup with this, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
Corey, I like when you rolled your eyes. I was like, I don't see color.
I'm getting really good at it. Actually, my daughter,
you're perfecting it.
She just mentioned it the other night. She's going to be 19 here this next month, and I think I've learned from her very well. And she said I was getting pretty good. Last night I did it twice, and she said I was getting really good at rolling my eyes. So I said I learned it from
She would
watching
know,
you.
Right? Yeah, exactly. There you go.
I mean, I feel like we're just adding characters just to fill in spaces at this point, because we all said it actually the last couple streams that it felt very much like there's not enough kids in this kind of like what's going on. It looks like a space big enough for more kids, but we only have like a handful happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
With the budget, could they not even have afforded extras to just have wandered the halls even and make it look
Right.
like an even fuller school? Is that a word? A sentence proper? I don't, bad grammar. But you know what I mean.
I'm good with it. We're going. Yep, we're going.
Because
forward
in
with
the
it.
book, it's not like they're run down or anything. This is like fully operational. Like they have got a ton of kids in the books.
But did it kind of look like? Okay, I'm jumping ahead. No, I'm going to be quiet.
Okay. Any point on the new characters before we move to the other plot? Because it shifts from our introduction to Harry and the twins to Tim. No.
I got
Okay.
nothing.
Nope.
No.
That's all right. I'll look at Ben Barnes every day of the week. There we go. So we get shifted over to Tim's investigation deepens. He's skeptical of Annie's alleged overdose. Searching her tent, finds a map of the Red Steps, news articles about the death of Kelly Sloan and her friends, which Annie claims are murders. Tim confides in Wendy, who shares her high school yearbook, noting the phrase "Arbred Notre Pain" under photos of the deceased teens, hinting at a connection of the Institute. That's later on. Sorry. But yeah. Again, I feel like they could have done the same thing as the book does, where we could have a full episode at the Institute, develop these characters out, give us a little bit of tension there, and then the next episode, we get Tim. We're following Tim throughout the whole episode. Then the next one, we're back at the Institute, back and forth. I find it very jarring when they cut between both.
I think that's
stories.
the budget thing. They were like, you have these many episodes that you're gonna be able to do, and you got to fit it within there. I know what you're saying. I honestly don't find it as jarring, but I understand what you're saying, though. I'm not saying I don't understand that at all. Because it does a hard cut and goes somewhere else, but I feel like I've felt that in other movies and shows. So
I think it's because they think of attention spans are just they're gone
it's just
now.
go,
So it's the way the quick cut.
I agree. So he's confronting the chief here about Annie's death and how he's skeptical of it and stuff. Finally puts his police cap on and starts looking at stuff, which I've been waiting for the last couple episodes. Why are they making Wendy look so frumpy? The actress is attractive, which is weird because Wendy's a subplot in the book of she's an important, actually, she plays an important part towards the end of the book.
I kind of wonder if it's going to develop a little bit more in the second half of this series.
Yeah, she's pretty meh, and I just figured maybe it was just because small town and I don't know. She's in her police uniform. She's not dressed up because she's on the job, and you see her in her uniform all the time. She doesn't make herself up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know how they could make her more attractive with the uniform and everything on.
Well, I
Take
think
it off.
it's purposely maybe like that's her professional look, like
that's
But you get maybe a little hint of what Nadia wanted from the last time we were talking about later on in this episode.
Oh, I don't want these two hooking up. Ben
Oh,
Barnes,
I thought you
okay.
said you were like, oh,
No,
in
no,
the
no,
book,
no,
they
no,
were
no.
like,
In the book
Okay.
they are, but
I know, but I thought you were like missing.
Well,
I
they're
don't
definitely
picture Ben
alluding to
Barnes
that happening in this
yeah.
one.
Yes,
in the show.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
I like how nobody's taking him seriously when he's the one that saved the guy's life at the
Yep.
gas station. Like nobody's
Mhm.
taking him seriously whatsoever.
And with this
and it's-
big city cop coming in.
Well, yeah, but that's what I.
Decorated.
Okay, I'm sorry, and I'll be quiet
Yeah.
after this, but I really got that.
Corey, you can be long.
Okay, I won't
Next
be.
2 hours, Corey.
No, I won't. Be. 2 hours. I thought it was 3.
No.
The other one was 3. Come on. That drove me nuts when they were throwing that in his face of like big city cop and whatever. But everything he's done so far to like help some situations, he did not come forward to be like, this was me, look at me, like doing like
Right.
he stepped back and was giving credit to other people. And so that drove me nuts when they were like, okay, big city cop, you're a night knocker, like shush kind of a thing. And that was driving me nuts in this episode. But
I agree. I also the fact that they've all recognized him as a decorative cop, like brought up his background,
Mhm.
and he's been shunned about it. And then for him to come out and be like, did you ever catch her stealing booze? Should we run a toxic report and stuff? And they're like, nah, you're just crazy. You just
or sometimes it was almost
Well,
like,
it's
oh,
mostly the
you're
boss.
just
the
calling us
chief.
stupid hicks, so like shut up kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean,
Yeah.
she buys into it. This girl cop, she can see, and I think
Eventually.
the guy in the background, I feel like he also, but they don't speak up because they're not the ones in charge. So it feels
Mhm.
like it's only the chief right now, because he's the one that has the say so.
Well, I did like that dynamic in the early episodes with that cop that was in the background. He was very hostile towards him.
Yeah, he was.
And then when that
beginning.
whole gas station thing dropped down, he was kind of like, why are you throwing this in my lap? Why aren't you taking the glory of this? And like, why are you talking me up kind of a thing? And I think he kind of stepped back a little bit and was like, okay, you're not all about yourself. And maybe he's warming up to him a little bit or whatever. But
Mhm.
Yeah. I find this scene boring. I don't know. I want
Nadia wants
something to
somebody
happen.
more negative on this stream to talk
I
about
want,
this.
yeah, where's Kyle?
I know. I was just about to say I like.
You're supposed to back me up on this, man.
I hate him. I hate her. I hate the
I
scene.
hate the production. I hate the show. When I need him, man.
I literally wrote down. I like.
Just
the
kidding,
cop
Kyle.
actor. He's
Just kidding,
good.
Kyle. Just kidding.
Oh.
Kyle's not
All
going
right.
to talk to me again after this, but that's right.
So I think we get finally into the more interesting part of this episode, which is the box. So Tony's taking Luke down to the box, which, by the way, we learned that Sigsbee didn't even know about this. This is kind of off the record testing because of their potential to make him PC. And they do this thing.
PT?
PT?
I thought
Is it PC?
I'm
I
getting
think
them
it's
confused.
PTC.
There's
now.
PT and PK,
No.
but then the PC was the one that they kind of stopped trying to go to, the precog.
There's
But there's some people that PC that they thought like maybe he does
Yeah.
have that that they kind of gave up trying to find kind of a
The
thing.
PT is telekinesis, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm getting the stuff confused. Okay.
TK
But-
is telekinesis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
TK.
TK is
TK. TP is
telepathy.
telepath.
Telepath.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then
PC
is
is
precog.
precog.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, which is the special program that Stackhouse and Dr.
squashed.
Hickson was like talking about and stuff. And I liked the dream box. I thought it was pretty creepy in the book. This is the moment where I was like, you know what? Even though I'm enjoying this episode, some things just don't need to be adapted. I felt like it was very cheesy with the faces and the things that we've seen. And I feel describing it in the book allows your imagination to kind of play to how gruesome it is. Cause I feel this is very much like this kid's just watching like AI videos.
It doesn't feel like super, like maybe they should have just shown him being taken into the room and then not shown you what happened.
And then just show his like reaction to afterwards. Like,
Yeah. So you know, it's like, wow, that's a really big deal what happened to him.
But some of the things after he had those shots, whatever they give them, like his experience might be completely different than what we get. But I understand what you're saying. Maybe it's underwhelming what we see, but he might be just like completely tripping out seeing these images and the sounds and everything.
I think this is where we're seeing the low budget because this whole thing is described vividly in the book, and then the box, the tank thing that he's put it. Wait, are we even there yet?
Nope.
The tank.
Okay.
Well,
Not yet.
Okay.
We're not in the tank yet.
I almost went ahead of us.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. The dream box. Yeah. This was the moment where I was like, where he was seeing images and stuff. And I'm like, even if this was low budget, you could have done a little bit better with this. And I was like, you know what? I'm enjoying it, but some things just maybe are just supposed to be left to your imagination and allow yourself to be filled in. Because each one of us would have thought of something different if we were given this as a description in a book. We each would have thought of something different as what would be the most horrible thing he would see, right? According to our lives, our backgrounds, things we've seen. So it would freak us out because we're utilizing things we're scared of. We're here. I just was like,
But maybe too, like you said earlier, where you thought they weren't taking things far enough, maybe that's kind of where they were holding back a little bit of how graphic of images they were showing, because weren't you saying earlier that you were like, oh, the book, this was a little bit more gruesome or like violent
so the book
violent.
I won't, so the tie-in that I'm now just realizing now, it's that with Stranger Things, with King referencing Stranger Things, is that it's very reminiscent of when 11 has to do her underwater thing, and that's what, like, when she goes into like
triggers her powers. Yeah.
Triggers her powers. That's almost exactly how it is in the book. Is the tank is water. And so the changes that they've made to the show, and I don't want to get too far ahead, but like it's different, but it was supposed to be very reminiscent of Stranger Things and being dumped in the water just like 11. So I think it's weird to me that they then separated it, but we'll get there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I think this is the best part of the episode, to be honest, this sequence of the dream box. But again, I feel it's a little bit lackluster because it's not scary. And I understand that the book is not a horror book, right? It is not a horror book. It's probably more of a like a thriller, I would say, maybe, or something to that extent. But there are horror elements throughout it. Not horror elements throughout it. And I feel this is one of them that they could have really pushed, and maybe like the show would have been like, wow, what is going on? And they are very tamed here.
But I also think leaning into like what we can see and what maybe that he was seeing after getting those shots of whatever they give to them, it kind of reminds me of, they show documentaries of like back in, I don't know if it was like World War II days and stuff, like testing opium on like soldiers. And they would expose them to things that maybe us, without the extra things going on, it's no big deal, but they were tripping out,
Maybe they should have amped that up for our benefit, so we would know what's freaking him out so much, because from our perspective, it just doesn't look intimidating at all.
It just looks like a bad mushroom trip.
Yeah.
Well, that could be scary for some people. Come on.
Corey,
I've never been on a mushroom trip, so I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't either.
Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. From my experience, don't do drugs, kids. I agree with you, Sin. I think, or again, maybe amplify his reaction to it
afterwards,
because afterwards he's just kind of laying down and Avery's
like, don't bother me, Avery.
Yeah. Instead of maybe being distraught or show signs of being shocked or something to that extent, he's just like, I'm tired. I'll be fine once I get a nap in or something. Now I'm thinking maybe I didn't like this episode as much as I thought I did.
Stop it.
What?
Stop it.
Luke is purposely hiding his abilities from them. He's trying to not go to the back half. He's trying to to push it off so that they can continue with the escape plan, that they can communicate with Shaw and see what's going on. Because from the moment he stepped into this place, he's always thought, like, in his character, you can kind of see he's never really believed Shaw on the fact, or George on the fact, that the back half is a good place. Because because people think, oh, he's a kid with telekinesis ability, but he's also high IQ, very smart. So like that also plays a point in this, in his character development and his ability to analyze things. So, anything more on the Dreambox books before we're moving through this fast? Maybe it is Toxic that takes up all the time. And Kyle.
No, it just reminded me. I've wrote down very Clockwork Orange, just doing the same thing that we've already seen before. So I didn't know if it was a nod or an homage to it. So, but yeah.
He likes to reference a lot of stuff in his writing.
Yeah.
He likes to reference himself in his own writing.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And what he thinks about certain political people too.
Yeah. Oh boy, it's very strong in this book too.
I think I mentioned that in my book review.
Mentioned.
Yeah.
Like,
get out of your own head, Stephen.
I don't know if they did it on purpose, but I don't know if it was supposed to be images, like blurry images at first, that they're actually trying to access his memories, because then we saw actual memories from the past, and I was like, is that what they're going for? Like, what is the point with all of this? So
I kind of thought that, like, that was the program, the chemicals, whatever, was all happening at the same time. I kind of took that as, like, it's trying to find what's your deep
You'll
fears.
never be able
what
to
is your
hide
deep
from
fears?
us.
What did you what are you scared of? And it's trying to figure it out. And so, like, it's blurry and kind of convoluted, but yeah, because at one point you see things with his parents, in there too. So I agree with you. I kind of felt like that's that process of it trying to, like, dig in and get that deep dark fear and to bring it out to really scare you and bring you out. But
I will fix this scene really quick. All right. I'm going to fix this. You know how we all complain of the fact that they don't allow him to know that his parents died, or they don't show it and stuff, because it's a pinnacle moment in the dream box. Let him, like, see it, figure it out. Like, I
was thinking the same thing earlier.
Yeah. And then he's like distraught. He's crying, shows emotion. And then, it's an impactful thing, instead of seeing an eagle, like, chase after you or whatever scenes that were going on.
But maybe they don't have that control over it. Maybe it's just like the mix of the chemicals that they injected them, and then they show these things that will bring it out. But it takes kind of almost a cooperation between all that going on and the person that's in that chair.
What's in his own mind, and he wouldn't know yet about his parents.
And he doesn't know it.
But if they had somehow,
but he just started to develop that. Spoiler.
Wouldn't that be a shocker?
Get there yet.
Wouldn't it be a shocker if that's one of the first things he sees with this new ability, though?
Well,
that is
I'm wondering when he's going to find out.
Yeah,
well, he did.
Has a good
in this
idea.
episode, he's got his first little.
Corey's like, we don't change the show, whatever. It's perfect. I'm enjoying it.
I've never
changing it.
I've never said it was perfect.
No,
I've never
I'm
ever
having a
said
good
that.
time. Even if you canceled the stream, I would finish it.
But I would. But you asked that.
Yeah.
Would you even watch this if I wasn't doing the stream? And I was like, well, now that I started it, if you said you stopped the stream, I will finish this because I want to.
Because you want to know the end of the story. Yeah.
So don't be like, this show is perfect.
Oh, we were getting some.
Don't ever question me.
I'm sarcasm from Corey. Woo!
I'm throwing elbows now. Watch
yeah. But I'm just saying, like,
yeah, right, Rachel. So I'm sorry you had to see that.
But it would fix a lot. It would fix a lot, in my opinion. And I know how we say on this channel, opinions are like buttholes. Sometimes they stink. We just, in my opinion, if they had given him a glimpse, even if it's a glimpse, and he still doesn't know, right? Because he's still trying to figure out everything.
Right.
So if what he saw is real or not, that would impact him more so than seeing what he's seen. So I'm just
I would completely agree with that, but I don't think they're implanting those images in his head. It's the combination of the stuff that comes out of his own memories or
That's what I'm
his
saying.
fears. And
But if he's able to predict things or see things in the future or some
but he's just starting that at this point. So.
But also, if he did pick up on it because of his developing precog, he would also have to have the ability to try to keep the knowledge that he has a secret from them, and that would be extremely difficult. Like that would be a really intense experience.
But we didn't see his first precog event before this. The dream box. It was after. So he just maybe did not develop it yet at that point.
Okay, hold on. So what's the difference between the telepathic and the precog?
Telepathic.
You can read their minds if he's telepathic, and precog is what?
See the future, basically.
Future.
Seeing
predictive
the future.
future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seeing events before they happen.
The future.
He can, but you can see events. And there's different definitions of it, to be honest. They can, but it's either you see the future or you see different outcomes of the future or
paths or something like that.
But the future, he could see in the future that his parents were dead, basically. Not maybe
even
the
event
that would be itself. The past. Well, or you might not see that it happened, but he could see their grave or whatever.
I'll fix it for you, son. I'll fix it for you, son. He sees in the future them talking about the fact that they killed his parents. There you go. Okay.
There you go.
You got it.
Something in the future
I was hoping maybe he would see like them actually being killed, but none of the people there were actually there when it happened. So he wouldn't be telepathic that he could pick up on something like that.
I am going to laugh if Nads just wrote a scene for the future episodes that we haven't seen yet. If they do that, I would be
I'll give you a super chat if that happens. There you go. We got a wager. We got a wager on it right now. Right now.
Maybe that's what I'm missing. I'm missing the intensity that I know that is in the book here. And again, I know, okay, I read the book, so maybe that's a couple of things that are ruining it for me. But it really is watered down to the potential of what this could have been. And budget there are shows that have less budget. There are movies that have less budget than this that still show off better acting abilities, be able to portray emotions and get across things better than this was. So now that Corey's gone, we can talk shit about it without him going. Okay.
He's going to be right back. We don't know how much he can hear.
It's okay. He can hear it all. He knows. He knows me. He's been on the show quite a few times. He's fine. And then, you know who's my favorite character in this whole thing? Tony. Tony's my favorite character.
I knew you were going to say Tony.
Right.
I wrote down Tony is one of Joker's henchmen. Like you guys were talking about how everyone was comedic last episode, and I was like, yes, he acts like one of Joker's henchmen.
Listen, can't is a beta word, okay? Can't is a beta word, all right? There are some really, you know what? For all intents and purposes, there are some pretty good one-liners in this show that are pretty good. So, we move from the dream box to... Oh, where is it? Here we go. Tim's investigating Annie's
her tent.
Thank you. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. That's where I was getting into more with my notes, that he's skeptical of her overdose, so finds a news article about the death, and then claims it murders, and then later on he confides in Wendy, and then we get the whole like Notre Dame and such. But what a good investigator. Any problems with this scene? Anybody? Any issues? Any notes? Nothing? I'm moving forward. We're gonna be under 2 hours. I promise you, if we keep moving at this pace. I'm okay with that. So this is post dream box. He's back in his room. Avery's like bothering him. He's like, please not now. And then he goes, I've got Shaw. Like got Shaw's attention. And I thought it was very interesting. What did you all think of the whole like being able to talk to each other? How they did that with putting them in the same room.
This is where it changed for me. This is where it began to change for me. I was like, "Ooh, I like what they're doing here." I did. I was like, well, "Okay, all right." I liked. Believe it or not, when Luke is talking to Kalisha, I liked the fact that you could see that he was trying to. Hey girl, what's up? Even though you look like crap, I'm totally not going to say anything right now. I'm going to put on a positive attitude. Oh my God, you're looking so great. You know, so I thought that was really cool, and Avery kind of like even picked up on that. So I was like, okay, all right, let's see where they go from here.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Like, even though like this is one of those things that is different from the book, but I was actually enjoying the scene. I was like, okay, I like what they've done. This is actually flowing well. I didn't have that big of a problem with it, to be honest.
I had a problem with it, but Corey, Sin, any comments on this?
I mean, I thought it was executed pretty well, where you understood clearly what was going on between them. Don't really have
Corey?
much to comment on it.
Sorry, I was just coming back in, but the question was like how they handled this scene where they started connecting with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. No, that was one thing I was kind of waiting to see whether they were going to be able to do that, because that was kind of their plan, where they were saying like we're going to keep on trying and connect with it, and I liked how they pulled it off. But.
So I liked the acting. I liked how they pulled off this because this is easy for television to be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest gripe with this is this ugly fucking green filter that they have over this entire scene with this stupid fucking lighting. I hate this because they use the same coloring for newer movies. A lot of newer movies have this like dark green, blue fucking filter coloring lighting, and I can't stand it.
I think it's just trying to make it set the mood that this is just
what mood?
What color?
That it's not a friendly place. That it's not a friendly place. It's a gloomy place. How do you feel right now? Do you feel good or bad?
I assumed it was being lit that way to show that they were in this sort of psychic communication world. I assumed that's why the lighting was like that.
I thought the same thing, but then I went back on the episode, and when she's first put through the doors and stuff, it's this the set changes to this dark greenish kind of color lighting. If they just removed this stupid fucking green filter and they kept it dimmed and dark and stuff, I think it would look better, in my opinion. But that's a nitpick.
But then you would have felt happy, and it wouldn't have been as impactful.
I wouldn't have felt happy. I feel happy. I never feel happy, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Wow, I thought I was supposed to be the negative one.
I think Come on.
I thought that was my job in this whole.
Corey's influencing me a lot.
Wow.
No, I have
my job was just stolen.
Has anybody seen the new Salem's Lot that came on HBO last year?
Yes, I try to forget. I saw it.
To. I didn't.
We're smart to listen.
Do you not remember, Sin, that they did the same thing to that movie, where over the entire movie it's either that really like pea yellow color, like that hyper contrast color, or at nighttime it's that very like grayish blue filtering color that they put over it and stuff. It looks awful to me.
I don't remember that. I don't mind like actually a bluish color tint. Sometimes I feel like it sets a good mood, but I don't remember that about Salem's Lot.
I almost want to kick you off, but I'm too lazy to do that.
I was just going to say, you just lost second place on this stream right now.
That was not an issue I had with Salem's Lot. I'll just say that.
No, there's a lot more issues with Salem's that remake of it. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Actually, I know one of the special effects guys for it, and I was talking to him about it, and he said, yeah, what we initially filmed and thought was going to be put out is not what was finally put out.
This happens so much.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
Studios interfere with it. Yeah. But that's my only nitpick of the scene. It's just this ugly color that they've utilized to kind of separate the back half from the front half. I just,
you
I don't know.
like green.
It's not that I don't like green. I'm a Slytherin. I like green, but I don't know. It's just, I don't like how it's lit. I feel very much like this is how you light a haunted house.
Yeah.
Okay. So on that note,
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No,
you go.
Okay. So on that haunted house note, I did write down that, there's a girl in the background. I liked the detail of the girl in the background because it was fresh in my mind that they did describe in the book that everyone was a zombie. So when you said haunted house, I even wrote down that they even have a girl with stringy hair with a cigarette hanging out of her mouth and she looks like a zombie. I was like, okay, that's literally, maybe that's where the color scheme.
Maybe that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Maybe you got it on point and you don't like it.
I think you're right, Rachel. And on that note, that girl that we saw, zombified girl, basically.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be a character that hasn't been introduced, and her name is Helen Sims,
Yes.
the punk rock
Okay.
girl.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's her. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, even look at the red light in his ear. This looks like fucking Christmas, green and red.
Oh, stop.
But the girl with the cigarette, what was she not shown earlier in the?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, but again,
Yeah.
they've
They're
done
talking
another
about
character change where
Yeah,
it's
different
not. They
girl.
changed up when she's been introduced, and they changed her name. Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, listen, I am very nitpicky about color schemes throughout shows and TV movies and stuff. I'm very particular about palettes because I went to college for set design and stuff like that. And I worked on films and I know how to light nights. And by the way, HBO doesn't know how to light nights. I'm just going to
No,
put
they
it
do
out
not.
there. I know this is not HBO, but they don't know how to light nights. So I
What
feel like
about
the same
Penguin?
issue then. Penguin doesn't know how to light. It's fucking.
You don't like it?
I liked the Penguin.
Okay, no. I don't want to get off sidetrack. I'm gonna schedule a specific stream for you to yell at me about Penguin, but don't do it right now
No,
because we're talking about this. No. Keep on track.
No. I just
On track.
Stay on target.
my husband and I had a channel together before I had my own, Inside All Day, where it was more like nerd, like pop culture focus. We decided not to continue with it because he's just not into being in front of the camera. He likes to be behind the camera. Anyway, we covered the Penguin over there when it was first premiering. Like I did something like this where each week we covered an episode, and each week you will find a snippet of me in the show going, "Fucking light your nights." So, yay! All right, back to the show.
I'm not going to antagonize it anymore. Let's keep going.
Let's
I'll
go.
bring you
Let's
on
go.
sometime. You can just yell at me about Penguin sometime on my channel.
The show's great.
No.
I'm not mad about Penguin. I'm mad
The
about how
Institute.
they.
We're talking about the Institute right now. The Institute. The Institute. The Institute. Institute. What's the next scene of the Institute?
Started.
Or you started it.
I
Yeah,
know.
you
I'm trying to.
Trying to get it back on track.
What's the next scene of the Institute?
I thought the scene was fine. I thought overall the scene was fine. It was good. I thought it's just the color.
Besides the color.
Yeah, color. The
Boy,
way-
we
the-
really
it's
know
the
what gets under her skin. Okay.
color.
Now I know what to do.
Light your nights. Light your nights. You know why? Because I had to learn how to do it. It's not that fucking hard. I
So
mean,
they
it's hard.
should
It's not
too.
hard.
How dare
They should too. No, it's laziness. It's okay. Keeping it
Jeez, for
within
someone
the
who doesn't see color, she says.
Yeah.
That's all I'm here about is color right now. Color.
I love you, Nadia.
Green, red.
Oh, that was a quick one.
That was good. I like that. That was
Stay
good.
within the institute. Low budget, right?
Do you
But it
think
usually
maybe it's just because of budgetary constraints and it was just easier to do something like this? I mean, I don't know what the heck.
I think
This is
they were
done
just
in
trying to
post.
get. They were trying to do
This
it,
is
done
done
in
in
post.
post. Okay.
but they're trying to
and
do
which
it
is usually
eerie.
more expensive to put a filter like this is done in post.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Corey.
It'll be wrong, but I think they were going for an eerie feeling, and I kind of was leaning towards even if they showed it going to the back half on the earlier scene. It made me feel like what I think Sin kind of said, where it's kind of the not dream world, but
Their little psychic
yes
room where
because
they're talking.
the other people
something.
can't see them walking around and talking, and it's their own little psychic world that they're living in at that moment.
One of them saw Avery and Luke. The other
Yeah,
girl,
the
she
girl
was
with
like,
the
"Who's your
cigarette."
man?"
Like I said, I was
Yeah.
going to be wrong. But thank you for telling me I was wrong.
Somehow
Nadia.
her abilities.
You're welcome.
Somehow her abilities.
That's what I'm here for.
Made her
I
be
gotta have
able
somebody
to.
to tell me.
She was able to see that because of, but she wasn't supposed to be able to. Nobody else could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something was
I
up with
can
her abilities where she could somehow.
I can understand why, because the back half, when you're at a level with your powers, it amplifies even more so in the back half. That's as vague as I can give it without giving spoilers away to Corey. So I can see why the other girl would see the other two, because her powers have probably been growing and
Yeah.
being expanded and such. But yeah, I like this. I think it would have been better if they utilized this as a dream, in a sense. I don't want to say dream sequence, but similar to that, where the discoloring is because of that, but it's not, because last episode you see Shaw walking through and it changes the lighting and color scheme for it. But yeah, I thought this was great. Acting was perfect for the show. What?
Asterisk
For the show.
For the show. It moves the plot forward, right? Now we're getting views of the back half and how crummy it looks, even though I'm assuming everybody picked up on the fact that Shaw said, like, now they don't need to use tokens. They get whatever they want.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they get everything they want, but we won't say anything until we get to that point because of Corey. So all right. Sigsbee is I feel like I forget that Sigsbee is up to stuff half the time, because I feel like her storyline of feeling betrayed by Dr. Is it
Hendricks?
Hendricks. And then the whole thing between her and Stackhouse, and then majority of the episode is the kids, Luke, and everything going on, and then we get Tim, and then when she shows up, I'm like, oh right, she's kind of betrayed by her own staff in a sense.
But I think they developed that a little bit more in this episode too.
The rain scene. That actually was one of my favorite scenes out of this whole
episode.
Oh.
Tell us about it. How was the coloring? Thank God it wasn't at. I'm sorry, I had to do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, look at that! Moving on up.
Poke, 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 poke.
Technically, it should be. There you go. It should be. There you are.
I'm surprised I'm still on the screen, so this is okay. So no, but seriously, I thought that was a good scene and pivotal. Being completely honest, I thought that was pivotal because it was showing some of the things that are unraveling in the Institute, I guess. So
it shows Luke's fourth ability, which is his IQ and geniusness. I have a question for Rachel and Trina, since you both are fresh off the book. Remind me, does George in the book, or AKA Harry here, have that relationship with the twins like he is here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets very close to the twins.
Yes. And that Cocker Spaniel reference is directly from the book as well.
Okay. So like an older brother, kind of like what he's doing, protective.
Yes. But again, the twins, they would be younger. They would, Trina, what would you say they'd be between the age they are now? Maybe a smidge older than Avery, I think. They were supposed to be.
Yeah, around Avery's age. Yeah, I would say that.
Around Avery's age, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I was wondering that because I don't even remember the twins from the book itself. So whatever pivotal moment they play in this storyline is going to be a surprise to me because it's been a hot minute. I don't remember very much of them. I remember a lot of Luke, but I don't remember much of like the other ones. So, all right. Moving forward. Can you see what Harry's thinking? Cocker Spaniel. This is the one. I thought this was a great scene between the two of them. I feel like it's very straightforward. And so Sigsbee is aware of Hendricks and Stackhouse's secret PC experiments, pushes to send Luke back to the back half immediately when she meets with Hendricks later on. This is her. It is a weird way for her to open up to Luke, right? I felt uneasy in a good way. Like the scene made me feel uneasy because I don't trust her at all. Right. I don't think she has any good intent whatsoever.
What's the point of her saying these things?
Because I feel like she would throw. I mean, later on you see it. She's willing to just throw Luke in the back half, whether they've confirmed his abilities or not.
I think that's just the showing her character. She's willing to put things out there, not truthfully or honestly, to try to get the means to an end kind of a thing for her. You know, she's willing to play that kind of like, I'm not the enemy role with him, but that's not necessarily the truth. Yeah, right. Like, but she's trying to play that card to butter him up a little bit, I guess, and try to get some stuff out of him. Yeah.
With the intent of, or maybe with the intent of using him.
Yeah, for sure.
To her advantage.
Yeah.
I feel she. Wow, my thought just left. I don't even.
But I'll say, while you're thinking of your thought there, but I will say that all the people in the Institute are playing everybody against each other, whether they're people in the Institute or the kids in the Institute. I think all of them are looking for, like, what's my better hand here? How can I get an upper hand on the next person? Or if something goes south, what would be my escape route, kind of a thing. I think they're all trying to play each other to their own advantage.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to me that she's chosen the kid that is the smartest to, in a sense, try to manipulate. So my thought process is she knows she can't manipulate him. She knows that he's going to just be completely straightforward and defensive. Because if she wanted to manipulate any of the kids, it probably would have been George in the show, out of all of them, who is very much goes with the flow, wants to go to the back half, believes Shaw before she left that, everything's going to be okay and such. So I feel like that would be the kid you would probably have to focus on if you want to manipulate versus this kid.
My thought on that is maybe she has a lot of confidence in her skills. Maybe she doesn't think she could just like take him on personally, but if she could get him on her side, he'd be the one that she could take the other ones out with. Kind of a thing.
Why bother talking to the sheep when you can talk to
the wolf?
The wolf.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Like, she's playing with fire, but you can see everything she's done before. She's not afraid of getting hurt. I mean, everything she's done, she's not afraid of pain. She's not afraid of getting hurt. But if she can take the one, she's like, this is the one I could take this whole thing over myself if I can get this one on my side. And she's willing to play with that fire. But
that's why everybody talks to me.
Nah, that's the only reason I'm on this stream right now.
Jesus.
Hi, Sam. How's it going?
Hey, Sammy.
Hey, Sam.
Sorry, I cut out of her stream earlier because my boss was pinging me. But congratulations again on 1 year, Sam. Very proud of you. We missed you on Final Girls, so I'm looking forward to you coming back. All right.
That's going to be one of the next streams you see, or one channels that you see hitting the 1K. They're going to be before too long. They're going to do it for sure here before too long.
Anybody else any additional thoughts, notes on this scene?
Other than my usual, just a wild deviation from the book. I'm really trying to put a lid on that. I really am.
Is that scene kind of blue? Is it kind of blue?
It's a little gray to me.
It's a grayish blue?
Nadia, close your eyes.
They didn't like their daylight.
They don't like their nights.
Is it getting dark out? Did the sun go down yet?
There's clouds.
There's clouds.
Actually, if this was like a tad bluer, it would be the Salem Lot movie. That's how blue it was. So
this could be a meme.
Snort.
This seems to be a meme.
But honestly, I thought it played into her hand. She knew that there's the lack of surveillance out there, and with the rain, with the noise, that she was looking at the perfect spot where she could have that type of conversation and have it covered up.
Yeah. She's smart. She's very smart.
Calculated.
Yeah. Too bad how she goes, but yeah, very smart. Very smart. See, I could spoil things for you.
Spoiler. Wow.
It's a very little blow. All right, here we go. This is where they have their they fall into each other.
Yeah, that's of course.
Did you just lean into me? Did you just lean into me?
Did you just lean into me? Yeah. Oh no, he shows up and then we get it later on.
It's when they're on the couch or the chairs, sitting down.
Tony, he's in bad shape, man. I don't have time to put up with your bullshit right now. Something to that extent. And the guy just vomits everywhere on the floor. Tony's the MVP of the show.
Tony's annoying. I don't like Tony.
Tony.
You're not supposed to.
He's acting.
I know you're not.
I know.
Such a little asshole. I keep wishing one of the kids would like do something to him, make him trip and fall on his face or something, like use their powers. Throw a tray across the room, hit him in the head.
Why? He's just gonna double slap him.
I know it's true, but
Yeah,
maybe they can
true.
pick up something heavier.
You know what? I think Tony proves the fact that, sometimes you do just need to hit kids around a little bit, smack them around a little bit, just to put them in their place.
Okay,
A little bit.
hashtag leave Newt behind. What was the hashtag? What was the hashtag?
Leave Newt behind. Don't save Newt, yeah.
Don't save Newt. That's what it was. That sounds better.
Granted,
Hashtag don't save Newt.
I don't have kids, so I'm sure that will change.
What's this a reference to? I'm brain
She was
farting.
saying that Ripley should have left Newt behind.
Oh, okay, aliens. Okay.
That it was stupid
Yeah.
that she tried to save her and that she should
Yep,
have left
it
her
was.
behind.
It was
Granted,
because
That-
of
that
her
she
mother.
hates-
It was because of her past with her daughter. It's because
No.
of all those years she had lost.
I
So I-
didn't see that cut of the movie. I didn't see that cut of that movie.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot there was a different. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then everybody's like, it doesn't matter if you saw the cut or not. You should still save the kid. I'm like, really? When there's a couple xenomorphs chasing you? I'm sorry. That looks like bait. So you can escape. I'm just saying.
I don't have to be the fastest runner. I just have to run faster than the slower one.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Don't
Okay.
count on me in a zombie apocalypse. I'm just saying.
Guess I'm not hanging out with Nadia in a zombie apocalypse. She'll take
Or
my
She
knee
will
out.
not have your back.
Or don't let me babysit your kids.
Yeah,
enough.
right, exactly.
But this is more so a setup to get her more into the scene. Maureen, right? I think.
Mm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because they're playing on her guilt. Trying to bring up her son and such.
But that's where I think he's getting maybe a little bit risky because he's using his powers that he's trying to hide right now, I think a little bit, because doesn't he like pull some things out that he didn't know about her son or things like that to try to that's where I think he's
Maybe he's taking the risk because he knows that his days might be numbered and he's trying to act
exactly
fast.
but yeah, that's where he's like putting that like when he's playing chess all the time, like doing that risky move, like putting a piece out there that you might lose but you think that might be your way to win the game, kind of a thing. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel it was obvious they're going to easily manipulate her to innocence be on their side to help them escape in some way.
but she's not yet.
Not yet. But
No, seeds are being planted.
it's interesting because and our two book experts, her son's never really brought up it's her financial past, right? Or financial situation.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So the main point of it is for her ex-husband financial situation got up all that debt, which then prevented her from helping her pay for her son's or helping her son pay for the school that he wanted to go to. Right, Trina? So it's like kind of both all in the same thing. But yeah, the one thing that is missing from here is that in the book, Avery is with both Luke and Maureen at all times that they're having these
Mhm.
conversations because Avery is stronger and can well, there's a thing in the book that happens as to why he's there for all of these conversations. But yeah,
Well, I figure he could probably like see if she's telling the truth almost or not, or what other thoughts are going through her head, like
right.
why am I saying this, or what do I not want to say, or things like that. I could see that where having him there, he could kind of read some of those things. But
Which is interesting as to why they're now focusing on trying to make Luke's mind be the one that is more of the PC tract and that he can see things and be all three of them and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a little change from the book. It's interesting to see where they'll go from here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we finally get the Wendy and Tim, won't they, as they discuss
did you
her
lean
path,
in too close to me, or
right?
oh my goodness,
Oh my goodness.
did you try to kiss
Yeah.
me? No, I thought you tried to kiss me.
What was this?
Also-
I'm sorry. I kind of blanked out when I was watching this and didn't get what these pictures were. For
That was the
whatever
kids
reason.
that died in the
Yes.
water.
The kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They're-
Where they
That's,
talked about the
Annie
homeless.
talked about.
Annie was talking about
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
that died
Yeah.
in that kind of like superstitious place that in the water.
The Red Steps River.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You have better
Yep.
memory than me, Rachel. I'm just like the place in the water, Red steps. I'm like, oh yeah.
She
that.
shares her high school yearbook, noting the phrase "Notre Pain" are bred under the photos of the deceased teens, hinting at a connection to the institute. And this is where he borrows her car to go investigate the red steps.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
if one of them ends up being Tony, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Oh.
Okay, no comment. Did I just actually spoil some? Okay, no, keep going.
No.
Go,
But
go.
I know where you're going with that.
No.
Keep going.
You're fine.
Go. Wow, I can't wait to finish the rest of this now. Come on.
Now you're even more excited. So, towards the last part of this, Luke has his first premonition, I guess, or precog is hitting, where he's seeing that Harry's going to hurt one of these girls, which he ends up doing anyway, because he's not feeling good from the shots and stuff. So Tony doesn't believe him at all, which I thought was really weird that they restrained Luke in this scenario when they should be restraining Harry instead of it. So I think it's so basically Harry takes a bottle to one of the twins and smacks him across the face.
No, it's a weight.
It's
or it's a
like
weight.
A barbell.
Barbell.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Or
For
a dumbbell.
some reason, it looked like a
dumbbell.
big bottle. Okay. Wow.
Oh, it looked like a big bottle. Oh no, yeah. It was. Yeah.
Okay, then that's really serious.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I don't buy Mrs. Sigsbee's.
No, she was very convincing.
Can we see them? No, you can't.
They're fine.
No, they're fine. Trust me. Just trust me.
Oh, pancake! I love how it's a stack of fucking pancakes on this table too.
Everybody's happy, right? You got pancakes.
Yeah.
Why isn't anybody eating?
Because we think somebody just died.
I swear.
Attempted murder, but
She just completely acts like she's totally clueless as to why they're in a bad mood. I can't stand her. I know you're not supposed to, but it's just like.
But even in the book, you're not supposed to like her either. So I think this is actually one of the character portrays that actually works from book to screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's just out there a little bit.
She's actually really very unlikable in the book. Like you hate her in the book.
Yeah.
I got so many theories in my head going on right now after I did that last thing. So, all right. Anyway, stop. Go.
Do you want spoilers? I'll give you spoilers.
No.
I got spoilers.
Nope.
I got spoilers.
Nope. Keep going.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And I think the last scene of this is where is it? Trying to unlock his ability, but it was TP. Yeah.
I thought I remember them saying something about TP. I'm too many letters, y'all.
Toilet paper.
Yep, that's what we used to do to people's houses. We'd TP it.
Now it's too expensive to do that.
Yeah, exactly. You don't do the eggs either because those are really expensive.
Yeah.
It's this box where they remove the air from him. Yeah, this was pretty intense.
Yeah,
but there's a couple reasons I ended up liking this after. But keep going.
Ooh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, it leads into a scene after this as well, between Bigsby and in the closet, Bigsby and
Dr.
Hendricks.
Yes,
Hendricks.
So I can hang on for a second, but
Tony doesn't care. He's like, "Turn it up, bro. 99. Let's go."
He's like, "I can do this all day. Come on."
Yep. Air hissing. This is a very extreme test. Very similar to what they do in the book. Everything should be like this. The testing is not comfortable. It's not like, oh, you get a couple shots, you throw up, you go sleep it off kind of deal. Not every single test is like that. It's like this, where it's almost near-death experiences for these kids.
Am I going to die?
Every single time. And I think this is one of the best, so far in the show, best portray of these tests, how extreme they can be.
Exactly. I was like, if you can start this darkness here and then continue on with the darkness for the next 4 episodes, maybe, it'll ramp
up. Will redeem
how everything.
Itself.
Correct. Those are the words I was looking for.
You totally redeemed yourself.
'Cause it definitely needs to redeem. So so he's still denying that he has TP abilities. He's still being stubborn about it. Or even any abilities, to be honest. He does not want to play along because he does not want to go to the back half. And then we get Tim investigating the red steps, which is interesting because I don't know if you remember, Sin, where Tim is and where the Institute is are like states away in the book.
Oh, well, they act. Oh, no, I totally forgot because in the show it's very close. Like, what's that place up the road?
It's like down the road.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't remember. Where is he? He's in North
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
And where's the Institute?
Maine.
Maine.
Many
Unless
states
they're both
away.
in Maine.
Yes, but now they're both in Maine. Yeah.
Yep. But if they had kept it separate, I think they could have easily done 2 to 3 seasons because it takes time to connect both Tim and Luke's story. Here, it feels very rushed. That's why I think it's only a 1 season and done.
Well, this is they didn't know if they'd probably get another, and so they're like, let's just do the whole thing in one, even if it's rushed.
They might have gotten another if they did it well enough. I'm just saying.
But there's been some good series that have been canceled, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Plenty.
Yeah, that's true.
So what? Okay.
Go ahead, Corey. Go.
All right, we got bit to the. I took my daddy's little hupper pill and going into the closet with Miss Bigsby, but
I want you to know if Zach is listening to us in the chat, he's gonna clip that. So just
please don't use that against me. But that's what he says, and that's what he says in there. And I laughed my ass off when he said it in that too. But okay, in this exchange here, they're going back to she's figuring out Miss Bigsby is figuring out that they did that tank test. And
Did you say Bigsby?
Or what is their names?
Her name is Sigsby.
I said Bigsby. Sorry, I did.
You know
say
what
Bigsby.
I keep wanting to call her? I keep wanting to call her Mrs. Brisby from the Secretive Nim.
No,
that's what I.
You're right.
That's
though.
why I keep like, what is her name again? Because I know it's not that, but that's what I think about every time they say her name. Okay, sorry.
I said it wrong. No, I did.
And then I thought when you said Brigsby, I was like, did you say? Oh, no.
No, I said it wrong.
It was very close to Brisby, though.
I got very excited and I said it wrong. But I really liked that whole thing because I think that Luke has been, even though he's got some strengths that are coming out and he's got all the intelligence, he's always been kind of played as kind of the shy, weak person. And he goes through that tank test, but not test or whatever, torture, whatever you want to call it. But when there's just a part in that closet scene where she's like, so he admitted it. And he's like, no, he didn't. And she's like, I can't remember her response, but it was kind of like are you serious? Like he did, you know? And he's like, no, we choked him out like 7 times. And he was so I think he's showing some of his strength that maybe is developing through this. So I like that. It's showing kind of his character development. Maybe that's something he didn't have before going in here. I'm not saying this is a good thing, but that he's kind of arming up to really try to help himself and the other kids in this. And I like that surprise that she had that he did not cave after that torture.
Yeah, I don't think she understands who she's messing with. Again,
right,
I don't think
correct.
They realize how intelligent he is. His intelligence, I feel, is being put secondhanded because everybody's focused on the abilities and not realizing they have a kid that was so young, ready to go to the MIT, like at his age.
But I thought that they just probably thought he had no backbone, no strength. Like you'd give him one slap and he would like fall in line, kind of a thing. And I think he was right there. But I think between the camaraderie that he's had with the other kids in the Institute, and I don't know, like, and he doesn't know what happened to his parents, things like that. Like things are like ramping up, and for him to be able to withstand those 7 times, whatever they did in that tank, I just like that surprise. Like that they were like, oh wow, okay, he was able to take that and not crack, kind of a thing. So anyway, I like that through that series of it.
Anybody else have any additional comments about this scene? Corey's really into it. So.
No, I'm like, I'm gonna keep talking.
Isn't it about his daddy helper, his little pill?
He says that in the show.
He does say
I
that.
know he says it in the show, but you
And he
repeated
makes
it.
he makes it a point to say it every time he walks into the room, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, we know.
We know you're taking Viagra. We understand. All
We got
right?
it. We got it.
We got
I
it.
will
We got
say-
it.
Having this be a change from the book, where in the book the tank is just one tank and it is a water-filled tank, and then having to watch the show here where they've split the water tank into two different things, neither one of them involving water. I liked the oxygen thing. I did. Yep.
Was
I wonder
it a
if we'll
similar?
get a water tank soon then.
Oh, sorry.
It basically imagined the glass tank there, but I thought that they would be dunking him like in water.
So that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Was it a similar type of torture, basically, that
Yeah,
he just
drowning
couldn't
him,
breathe?
Yes.
Kind of.
basically,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, drowning him basically. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe this was like a safer way for them to do it with a lower budget, you know?
Lower
but I mean, like
budget, yeah.
seriously,
Yeah.
like they
And all
wouldn't
they
have
have to
water.
do is just act. They
Yeah.
don't have to deal with
Yeah,
water. They don't
right,
have to deal
and
with all
you
the
don't have
takes of-
somebody
yeah.
physically submerged in water.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a younger actor.
Damn, MGM, you being so cheap, man.
Well, or
so cheap.
or safe, safe.
Yeah, I was
Listen,
going to probably save money on like insurance and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
It probably was a safer way to go with
Yeah.
it.
If it's a logical change, I will accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got
HBO
kind
should
of the same effect from what happened in the book.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just not.
I
It doesn't
actually
have as much weight.
I got you.
Correct.
I got you. Yeah.
I think it's actually kind of creepier that they're not drowning him versus just removing the oxygen from your box. Like you can't do anything about it. I mean, granted, you can't do anything when you're drowning, but I
You
think
can't
it's,
like try to swim to the top or something. Like
yeah,
that.
I think it's actually kind of creepier.
Well,
seeing
and he makes that comment too. That guy, he was like, he goes, "You're gonna have the urge to try to just hold your breath," but
Yeah.
he's like, I wouldn't do that because your lungs will explode, basically, kind
Yeah.
of a thing. And
we learn a very important piece of information here too. They cannot send kids early back because if they are connected to what they consider the hum, something could happen. Something drastic could happen. Like it could ruin what's happening. So they have to be very diligent in making sure that these kids have these abilities showing up before they send them to the back half.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we get this stupid cliffhanger scene where Avery is seeing Maureen roll somebody and they're like, oh, I know now what happens behind that door. And that's it.
well, I think that was kind of she
Dun,
might
dun,
not be
dun.
so. Oh, I'm being so nice to you, kind of a thing, where they're like, she might be a bigger hand than
What's
naughty
going on?
stuff than expected. Yeah.
I have book versus show, so I will try to no spoilers. But so new characters and events. So the Wilcox twins, Harry Cross, are introduced in episode 4. The novel focuses more on Luke's telekinetic abilities, with TP and PC powers developing later. The show accelerates Luke's PC abilities, the prediction of Greta's death, possibly to create an urgency or different from the kids sooner. So wait, that makes no sense. Never mind. My notes are not making any sense.
Well, were you just saying like
Sorry.
the
Bless
PC
you.
abilities, him being able to see ahead, like that didn't happen as quickly in the
As
book?
fast. Yeah, that's what
But
makes
no,
it
I
need-
could see that. Like they're like, I still think it's like we got one shot at this, and who knows if we're gonna get a second season. So
That's what I think too.
yeah,
Maybe if you make a good season 1, you might get a season 2. MGM is very known to like renew at least for 2 seasons shows. I mean, that's why From went from what it is to now it's been
Mhm.
renewed 4 times. And
Yeah.
nobody knew about that show either. And
I've
it was
never
very
seen
low
it.
Never heard
budget.
of
the
that
first
show.
I've
show.
never
Yeah.
seen
From?
it.
Oh, From is so
Oh.
good.
What's it about?
Oh
So-
boy, it's Lost on steroids.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you
Oh.
like Lost, you would like From.
I've never watched.
I
Lost
never
either.
watched Lost, and I'm glad I didn't because I
Oh.
Never
found
watched
out how
Lost.
it ended, and I would have been
Yes.
pissed.
Well,
I've
exactly.
never seen Lost either. So From is about a town of people who they somehow I don't want to ruin it for you because there's reasons why, but they end up there and they can never escape the town. So like once they pass like these certain things, they're locked in. So now at nighttime, they all have to hide in their houses with these talismans on the doors because there's these like vampire type creatures that all show up as
I'm immediately
people
interested.
from different
Don't be.
from different
No,
eras.
it's not good. You don't like
Rachel!
it. Okay.
I see who's the fan and who's not the fan.
I will say it definitely does not answer a lot of questions people have. It just
Like
keeps
Lost.
adding to it, like Lost, but it has more of a horror element to it. I will say season 3's first half is a little bit of a slog, but it makes up for it in the later. And then what we're going to get for season 4, I think they're going to balls to the walls. So I liked it very much. We covered
Rachel
it on
didn't.
the show.
I can tell.
Trina, did you like it?
I did. Yeah, I'm not current on it, but yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Okay. Sin, my husband does not watch TV, does not like horror. I was watching the first episode of season 1 because I was looking for something to watch, and he sat down and we binged the entire season. He was so into it.
Dang.
It is one show that he will make sure that he is seated to see on the day it premieres.
And
like
it's season 4 is coming up, huh?
Yeah, season 4 next. They're filming it right now. So
when is this supposed to end? Do they know yet, or are they just writing as they go along?
I think they're going
this is
for
when
5 seasons.
Okay, so
5
they have a
seasons is what they're
plan.
going for. Yeah,
Okay.
they have a
Rachel.
plan.
That's important to me too.
That's my problem. I think someone
feel
else
like
said
they're
it. I don't know
just-
if it was just Toxic that said it, but someone said it, and I was like, I 100% agree with you. That I feel like it's just like Lost, where they're stringing people along. They think they're telling
They
people
don't
where
even
they know
really
where they're
know
going,
where they're
and they
going.
don't know where they're going.
And they're like, "Oh,
Don't
we got
believe
another
Toxic.
season. We got another
Toxic
season."
doesn't like
okay,
Toxic
go
doesn't
for it.
like anything. See, even Zach's is like from is good. I mean, I'm not saying there are problems with it. There are definitely problems, especially towards season 2. There are definitely problems, but it's worth it. It's
So
worth
just
it.
like the
It's worth
Institute, right?
having. Yeah. No.
And you know what?
Nah, you said yeah. You said
No.
yeah. You
No.
said yeah. Right away.
Not
Your initial
not
reaction
even
was
close.
yes.
Not even
You
close.
said yeah.
Not even close.
I
Actually,
want a clip
here's
of that.
what
If the other thing I said gets clipped, I want that clipped too. So I can
Actually,
have that.
I was
to play
excited
with.
for the Institute because it is done by this MGM who does From. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, because From
Oh.
doesn't hold back with the horror and the gore and
This
the
is true.
Yeah.
lost and stuff like that, like the lost of characters and things. It doesn't hold back. Where here, I'm like, what is they get the leftover budget from other shows? Like, what's going on?
Well, but just because every show is on the same platform doesn't mean they get the same budget. You know, like they divvy out depending on what they think is going to be going further. You know, I mean, just because
Nadia
From
is
is on
sick
there
of it.
and what's that?
Nadia has had it with this shit.
The show or things in general?
Your positivity, Corey.
Yo,
Zax is right. Harold carries the show. He's the
I'm
main.
gonna-
He does.
He's the
Oh,
lead.
he is so good.
I promise
love
the
His
him.
next
acting's amazing.
the next live stream, I'll just be pissy about everything.
Okay.
I just promise.
And
I got to
will
work
say,
up to it. I can't just do it right
Yeah.
now on demand,
No
but I'll
way.
work up to it. I'll be. Mad
I
about
only
everything.
continue to watch From because of Harold. I was like, I know this show doesn't know what it's
He
doing. but
carries
I
it
like
on
the
his back.
actors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
but here's the thing. I'm so deep into it that like I need answers. So I'm gonna ride this to the end. I want to know what the fuck is going on. So I'm
I wanna ride
invested.
it
Then
too.
you'll be super pissed if it's not fully explained, like what happened in Lost, where they had this cop-out explanation for their
And
shit.
boy, will I get on
Honestly,
my
at this
soapbox.
point, I'd be happy with a cop out explanation too. At this
I
point,
think
with how
I'm
many
the-
questions there are.
I think I'm the only one who didn't have a problem with the way Lost ended. Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know.
I
I don't
really
know.
do think I am the only one.
I threw my
Zach-
shoe with the TV.
Oof.
Zax, if you're still in the chat, if you can drop Julie's links
Through your
in
shoe
the
at the TV. I love
description-
that.
in the chat. For
You're like,
me.
no, you
So-
don't.
A friend of the channel, Julie Deep Dives, how I met her was
Mm-hmm.
she was doing deep dives of From, like she would do 6-hour live streams discussing episodes and elements. But that's the thing, there's so much in there. Like honestly, Sin, the first season, I was like, oh, this is all based on Norse mythology. 100%, it all makes sense. It kind of fits. Season 2 shows up, I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking? It's not even Norse, like what's going on. So like, but Julie will do such deep dives, and she has actors from the show on her live streams with her
Oh, so
talking
cool.
about it and stuff. and she's great. Her whole channel was built off she's doing Stranger Things now and some other show stuff, but she's great. I highly recommend following her. She's great to put on in the background and listen to her. But
oh shoot, all right. I'm already subscribed to her. I saw Zach's drop the link, and I was like, sub up to that, but I'm already subbed up to her.
From has an assembly. Yeah,
she's talking about the Institute too.
Yeah,
I wonder if she loves it as much as you, Nadia.
Actually, Corey, you might like her streams better because she likes.
Well, maybe
it, so.
maybe she wants a positive person on her. No, I'm just kidding. That doesn't hate the color palette.
It's stuff I went to school for.
I'm kidding.
It's stuff that I had to do manually.
This is serious stuff.
Okay, we know how to get her triggered now. Just talk about color palettes.
So now I'm just
lighting. I'm not lighting the night.
Corey, you're old enough to remember this. Do you remember
this lighter isn't working yet?
Every time before movies became digital and was able to be edited digital, that they had to cut the film I had to learn how to do that in school. That's cool,
and I'm not being sarcastic. Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah. So I had to do the grunt work. Technology's just helped to make things easier. Fucking light your nights. I don't know why that's hard. I don't know why that's so fucking hard. I don't know why.
That's another quote you can put on your merch.
Yeah.
Hashtag fucking light the night.
I love
No, fucking light the night.
Do it.
Hashtag leave Newt behind and fucking light your night. Okay.
My favorite shirt I'm gonna do is Romulus with an asterisk. Greater sign aliens, because everybody says I like Romulus more than aliens, which I do, but they turn it into she hates aliens. No, I appreciate aliens. Aliens a great action film, love it, but I like Romulus just a tad more, just based off color palette, horror elements to it.
Color carries a lot.
Color matters. Yeah.
Color matters. Hashtag color matters.
Yeah, I don't see color, but all right. Rachel.
Well, apparently you do, because green and blue are on your bad list. Because final
thoughts, Rachel, of the episode, please.
Well, Rachel's got to recover because I was being a smartass for long enough that she's laughing, and I gotta be quiet for a second.
It's just funny to see the side of Corey. I never see.
I bring it out in him.
Wow.
All right, I'm being quiet.
I like some of the emotional changes that we saw with some of the actors and things like that, and the plot points that they're trying to do. I'm, fresh off the book, trying not to be too disappointed with how they watered down everything, but hoping that the last 4 episodes, I agree. I think they're totally gonna wrap this up for some reason. But if they do a season 2, I'm wondering if it's because they want to get Luke on this PC track and go forward from there. But anyway, just this one episode, it changed me a little bit. I went from the negative to a little bit of the positive, but I would like to see a little less watering down, a little bit more horror thriller kind of stuff.
But were you saying this episode was one that kind of leaned more into that?
Yes.
That you kind of, okay.
That's probably why she started.
If they lean forward and then they splat
So if you're okay, you're going the right direction, if they lean into that going forward, you're going to be good with that.
Absolutely.
Is what you're saying? Okay.
Question. So episode 4, where is this in the books? Where are we in the book? I mean, the book. How far into? Are we halfway? Are we more than halfway?
Or is it hard to say because you're saying they're speeding through things too, right?
Yeah, and I don't remember.
Yeah, it's kind of there's stuff from later on in the book, way later, that's happening so early in the show, and then there's stuff that's right on time. It's kind of mixed.
Okay.
Because they're not doing what Nadia has suggested to do, which is do one episode of Luke, do one episode of Tim. They've mixed the book.
I would base it off where's Tim in the show?
He's getting ready to go to that
in the book.
Okay, so where is that in the book?
That's just totally different. That's totally different.
But he's about to discover everything going on. So just in a sense, the same context of how far is Tim in the book when he's starting to figure out something's going on.
That's why I'll be really interested.
Way later.
Not until he meets Luke.
Yeah.
So they're
And
kind of like
because they're separated, from in states, it makes this story a little bit difficult because it's kind of like they're separated by state. So he doesn't get involved in anything until Maine goes to South Carolina. But here, Maine is in Maine. So it's really tough. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say we're probably closer to the end of Act 2, beginning of Act 3 of the book, with like the mix of what they're bringing in forward versus what they've like held back. So yeah, they're definitely mixing Act 2 and 3 very much.
So maybe they're going to stretch out the climax
See,
a little bit.
I knew
more.
it. They're not planning on renewing limited series.
Well, that's
maybe put money into it then. Maybe put money in.
That article I read made it sound like that there was a possibility. It just hadn't been official yet. I was like, please no.
I mean, anything with high.
What did I say we were betting on with this? Was that it?
Yeah,
I said we were going to bet on something. I don't know. If they use blue or green more again. Or...
Wait, are you talking about if you gave a super chat?
Yeah.
Like, no, it had something to do with. Oh shoot!
Say.
Something Nadia said.
Oh, I know what it was. It was if this is going to complete the book, you'll listen to the. If not,
so what's your bet? What's your bet? It completes it or not?
They're going to complete it
for this one season.
I've been saying.
I thought it was something else you said you were going to do a super chat for.
I don't know.
I don't need a super chat. I'm right anyway.
Hopefully somebody has a screenshot of that, screen capture of that.
Go back and listen. We'll hear it.
Yeah, we'll rewatch it.
They say it's a limited series. There's no plans to renew. However, if they had the views on it, they would somehow renew it for a season 2. Something to do with
Then that means they'd be writing their own crap.
Yes.
This is true.
Well, look
and
at
I think they might want to do that.
Welcome to Derry. It's its own crap in a sense. I mean, granted, it's taking small segments out of the book to
it's
make
just
a prequel.
I've been very scarred by show co-creators, co-runners doing their own stuff. Game of Thrones.
No, Corey, you did not have to. Seriously, man, you did not have to. I like blue and green in this series. All right, Corey. All right.
I went Spanish. I
got a special clip for you. Hold on. I got.
Sorry, I'm being a little.
First of all,
saucy tonight.
Yeah,
that was quick. I need a middle finger longer than that. I mean, come on.
I know. I'm looking for it. Here we go.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
And
there
then
we go.
Just to sprinkle on.
Hashtag save me.
Sid's still here.
I am still here.
Trina, final thoughts.
Yeah, pretty much echoing what Rachel said. Yeah, I would like to see it to be a little spicier. I do feel like this episode has been the best so far. But that's, no, I'm not going to neg it. This episode has been the best so far. And
don't pull a Corey on us.
And we'll see how it goes.
I'm not being sarcastic, but I am intrigued with the ones of you that have read the book and this one kind of going in a little bit better direction for you. So I'm glad to hear that, but I'm kind of curious then I'm really curious where it's going to go after this point, if they're going to lean into that or if they're going to pull back. Cause I felt this one didn't pull the punches quite as much as some of the earlier episodes, but I mean, do you agree with like the barbell and the tank and like some other things like that? I thought they did. Yeah, they showed some like I kind of tiptoed into horror a little bit, like a little sneak peek, and that does happen to one of the twins. So it's a different circumstance how it happens, but that some does happen to one of the twins. So it was nice to see that kind of quasi accuracy there. And I think that's one of the things that it kind of like gives us, for me, I rate this a little higher, is a little bit of accuracy. And like with the tank thing, even though it's not like in the book he's held underwater,
I would have liked to have seen that, but the way they did it was good, so I'm fine with that. So yeah, it's like little things like that just kind of pulled the episode up a bit for me.
Nice.
Yep.
Sin, what about you?
I enjoyed it because for the most part, I have liked it. I do like that obviously we're amping up to things starting to just build and build. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. You know, I like that it's like watching a story for the first time without knowing how it ends because I have honestly completely forgotten how it
Okay.
ended and a lot of those details. So, you know, I'm not going into it with any sort of expectation. So, yeah.
Corey?
I hate
We
the
know you
show.
like the blue and
I don't like
green.
it. I've never liked any of the episodes. I can't
The
believe I'm
mask
still
has come
watching
off.
this. You're making me go through this whole thing. But...
I
Kyle,
said
what are
Corey,
you
not
doing?
Kyle. Yeah.
Sorry. So no, I've never claimed this is perfect, and I'll agree with a lot of points on some of the set pieces, some of the acting. I'll agree with that completely, but I've enjoyed it so far, and I'm not just saying it. Like if you asked that, you know, if you stopped doing the stream, would you finish the thing? And I would. At this point, I'm really interested to figure out where it's going to go. I agree. I think this one ramped it up a bit more with the intensity of what's going on there. You know, before I agree. I think they tiptoed around a lot of things, a lot of the violence, a lot of the fear, things like that. I think this one leaned into it more, and I'm curious to see if they keep on going with it. I hope, not to sound weird, but I hope they do, because I think that would build up the tension and wanting me to keep on seeing the next episode. So right now I'm very interested to see the next episode. I would watch the rest of this thing, and when it's all done, you know, like I said, now I'll probably ask you all after this season, was that the book? And if you're like, yep, that was the story. They rushed it, but that was the story. Then I will get the audiobook and I'll listen to it, and I'll be interested to hear it and have that perspective of what the differences were.
I like hanging out with you guys.
What? Me too?
Yeah.
Even
I like
me?
hanging out with you guys. I'm sorry I'm making some of us suffer through this show. No, but in all seriousness, I was pretty hard on the first 3 episodes because I was really hoping they would amp up. Again, I understand Stranger Things has a bigger budget, especially leaning for season 4, but there's a lot you can do without having a big budget. I've seen it with horror movies and other shows. So I like where it is going. I like that we are upping the ante. I like that we are seeing the severity of what is happening at the Institute, that this is not all rainbow and sunshines and shots and dots, that there's like actual stakes at hand. I really wish they had done the whole switching between the 2 characters per episode versus it, but I get it. We're on a tight budget, tight timeline and such. So I'm in it. We're 4 episodes in. We got 4 episodes to go. We're midway through the season. So we'll see how it ends.
Can I say one more thing really quick?
Sure. Yeah.
The one thing, I know I said it the last time too, but I was really disappointed they didn't lean into more of Tim and
Wendy?
Annie.
Oh, Annie. Yes.
With his relationship with his mother and what he went through and trying to help her through things that she had. And then Annie, I thought there was going to be a more dramatic pull, and then what happened would drive him a little bit, you know, more over the edge maybe, or push a little harder to find out what's going on around there. But that's the only thing. I thought that was going to go a little bit deeper than what it did.
You know what? Funny enough, and I hate to keep comparing it to Stranger Things, but there's an episode in season 2 where 11 finally meets her birth mother, but it's completely overshadowed on this whole trip to Chicago to meet her sister and stuff. There's no deep, meaningful impact here. And I think it's the same thing happening here, where there could have been a meaningful, like her. I feel like her death does mean something to Tim, but it's not. I don't think it's like conveyed very well in that way, because we've only gotten a short time for these characters to kind of develop this relationship. But yeah, I I like hanging out with you guys. Rachel,
Oh, I just saw. I miss you too, Toxic. Oh, he says I miss you guys. Oh, Toxic. Bye.
I'm gonna see your ass tomorrow. I don't care. What do you got going on next, Rachel?
I'm finishing up watching Revival. I've decided I've decided I'm just gonna like finish the whole thing and then maybe make a video just about the whole first season itself. I like the show. I think it's great. I might read the comics after it's done. And other than that, I'm looking forward to next week's episode here.
Very cool. Trina, what's up?
All right. Well, well, my channel at Real Horror, that's where you can find my stuff. Right now I'm taking a break from content creation. Probably gonna get back in September, probably September sometime, like mid-September. So for now, I'm just hanging out on Nadia's channel. So the next time that I'll be hanging out with you again is for our next stream on this next Thursday. Looking forward to it. This was a great conversation tonight.
Yeah.
I just like hanging out with you guys. Sid, what do you got going on next?
Tomorrow, I'm going to be on Corey's channel where we're going to talk about sci-fi stuff. I had a review sci-fi movies. Like I said, I got a big ass list. I had a review go live today for She Rides Shotgun. And on Sunday, I'm going to be on Polly's channel for a discussion of for the new show Los Cinematicos, for a discussion of Fantastic Four plus a film that I reviewed for his site. That's the immediate as far as, from here until Sunday.
Okay. Corey?
Tomorrow I got a couple streams going on. I'm going to be doing every once in a while I jump on Fridays. I do lunch break cinema where I just kind of it's very random, but sometimes I kind of hit on so like 1 o'clock Central tomorrow I'll be jumping on and talking about movies I've been watching, anything that I've gotten in, but then that's kind of just a chance of if people want to jump into the chat, just kind of hang out and just between them and myself, just hanging out and talking. So I'll be doing that. And then I think I heard I'm doing a stream later that night on my channel with.
You think you heard?
I think I heard that. So with Sin and Anthony of Anthony's Horror and More and Ashley, a zombie girl. So we're going to be, talking about some of our picks of sci-fi movies that we like and maybe some, lesser known, lesser loved ones that we want to shine some light on. So we'll see. It's going to be a big list for me too. So we'll see how many we actually get through.
Yeah, I know. We won't get to nearly all of mine. I'm going to have to pick and choose.
That's all right. We might have some crossovers too, but that's the fun part of it. Just talking about it.
Sorry.
Nope. That means we're supposed to stop the stream.
It was just a reminder to take my medicine, but I already took it. So I don't know.
Love it. I see you. Thank you so much for the congratulations. Honestly, I would not be at 1K if it wasn't for everybody who joins my panels, hangs out in the chats and stuff like that. Really, honestly, it would not be it. I'm going out on top though. I'm done. I'm at 1K. I don't need anything else. Okay.
No worries. You're going for 2K now.
Nah.
Whatever. I already see the point something. So you're working on that
it's gonna
already.
Happen.
Nah. I mean, when you stream for 6 hours in one day. Yeah. For me tomorrow, if you're not sick of me yet, I will be back here at 9 p.m. We're in the Upside Down rewatch of season 4 of Stranger Things, episode 2, Vecna's Curse. So the boys and I will be discussing that. And then back Monday, I'll be on Masculine Mondays over at the Plot Strikes Back. We're going to be talking about one of my my favorite Tarantino film, Reservoir Dogs. And then back to the normal schedule of Tuesday and Thursday. Yes, it's the best film. I don't want to hear otherwise. Pulp Fiction can kiss my ass. On that note, yeah, I'm very strong about that. On that, thank you, chat. Thank you, panel. Thank you guys for everything. Corey, thank you for the super chat. Delisi's as well. Thank you guys. I appreciate all the support and love. We will be back here with episode 5, and we will have Toxic and Kyle back with us. So if you're missing more negativity, just wait on until that. Until then, I hope everybody has a great evening. And if you're watching this on the replay, please leave me a comment. It can be anything. Just leave me a comment for the algorithm gods. I will see you guys later. Bye.
See y'all.
Stay spooky.
Bye.